Today we're taking a look at these NFL matches, which are happening on Saturday, September 3, 2022, and giving you our match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, make sure to watch them till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Miami versus Kentucky. I will be riding with the Kentucky Wildcats, minus 16.5 against the Miami Redhawks. I can't bet against the SEC, and the Kentucky Wildcats had the 8th best defense in 2021. I see them only getting stronger this season. They lost a few offensive linemen and multiple defensive players, but they revamped their team through the portal. The Redhawks defense also lost their leading tackler and their best pass rusher, as I don't see their defense being as strong as it was in 2021. I also have a ton of faith in the Kentucky offense, as I like Will Levis, Chris Rodriguez, DeMarcus Harris, and Javon Baker. They almost scored 33 points per game last season, and I only see them getting better under new Rich Scangarello. They also averaged 425 total yards per game, as I see them consistently moving the ball up and down the field in this one. Miami gave up 148.9 rushing yards per game, as Kentucky will be able to move the ball on the ground and through the air. I also expect Kentucky to be great against the run again this season, as they will force the Redhawks to move the ball through the air. This will allow them to create multiple turnovers and run away with this game. Pick the Kentucky Wildcats and lay the points, minus 16.5. I don't think either team will have much success on the ground, leading to two talented QBs going head-to-head through the air. Both players are capable of putting up points in a hurry. Levis will look to kickstart his draft stock, and Gabbert's confidence will be sky-high after the end of last season. Without Rodriguez, UK will struggle to keep a late-game lead, leading to some potential garbage points by Miami. Gabbert is talented enough to keep this game interesting well into the fourth quarter. Our total pick is over 54 points. Army versus Coastal Carolina. I'm riding with the Army Black Knights on the road in this one. The Coastal Carolina Chanticleers are going through a serious rebuild, as they are going to have to put all of their trust into QB Grayson McCall. He was great last season, but he has now lost the majority of his playmakers. I am also worried about the Chanticleers' run defense. They surrendered 229.9 rush yards per game in 2021, as they will have their hands full with the Army offense in this one. Coastal Carolina also lost the majority of their defense, as they are almost starting from scratch at the linebacker position, and they lost CJ Brewer. Army is going to attack the Chanticleers on the ground throughout this entire game. They averaged 280.6 rushing yards last season, and they scored 32.8 PPG. Coastal Carolina isn't going to be able to slow them down, and the Black Knights will continue to hold the ball, chewing the clock. They will dominate possession, and the Chanticleers won't have enough opportunities to score. They are also putting too much pressure on McCall, as I don't believe he has enough talent around him to get the job done. Take the Army Black Knights money line. Army is not built to win high-scoring games, and they won't want to get in a shootout against a Coastal Carolina offense that should put up big points once again this year. Army is a run-first, ball-control offense, and the Black Knights will try everything to slow the game down and minimize possessions on the road here. Even though Coastal Carolina is replacing most of what was a solid defense last year, but Army's offense is also replacing their starting quarterback and multiple offensive linemen. Young offensive linemen often struggle on the road early in the year because of the crowd noise, and Coastal Carolina will also have extra time to prepare for Army's unique run-dominated offense. Army's defense returns all of this unit's key players from last year, and Army has the secondary to keep Coastal Carolina from putting up huge numbers with the new receivers they will be breaking in. Our total pick is under 53.5 points. Liberty versus Southern Miss. Head coach Hugh Freeze has done a terrific job with Liberty. Last season was an off year after going 10-1 the year before. While they may not be quite as good as 2020, expect the Flames to be strong once again due to having a very experienced quarterback in Brewer and adding to the rest of their team with transfers. Will Hall's first season as head coach was a rough one, but the good news is that they should have better quarterback play. They also have a potential star in running back Frank Gore Jr., who had 801 yards and 5 TDs as a freshman. Redshirt freshman Ty Keyes started 3 games last season and is the expected starter this season. He has a very talented wideout in senior Jason Brownlee, 46 catches for 643 yards, 8 TDs, and 2 starters back on the offensive line. The offense should be a lot better, but the question is whether they become one of the top offenses in the Sun Belt or a lower-level offense. So Liberty's offense is in good hands with an experienced quarterback. Now the question will be at wide receiver with a bunch of new players in the mix led by Caleb Snead, a transfer from FCS Campbell, where he was an All-American in 2021. Sophomore Demario Douglas is also back after grabbing 52 receptions for 701 yards and 6 TDs. They have 2 returning starters on the offensive line, but they upgraded at center with senior Cam Reddy coming in from Colorado State, and the left tackle is expected to be senior Nasser Watkins from Kentucky. It's way too early to trust Southern Miss and their quarterback situation. They are a work in progress right now with some question marks on the defensive line and a huge question on offense. That's where they could have used a transfer quarterback for a quick fix. Our team pick is Liberty minus 3.5 points. Having 2 former backup quarterbacks now being thrusted into the starting roles for each team could mean the defenses have the advantage. The Liberty Flames had a good defensive season a year ago as they gave up 21.7 points on 315.3 yards per game. The defense needs to force a few more turnovers this season as the Flames recorded 9 interceptions and recovered a pair of fumbles. However, no player returning has recorded a pair of turnovers, so this will be interesting. Sophomore defensive tackle Kendy Charles had a good year as he had 5 sacks in 2021. If the defense can be a little better at forcing mistakes, it will be a great sign for the program here. The Southern Miss Golden Eagles are handing the team over to freshman quarterback Ty Keyes as he was the backup a year ago and went just 33 of 65, 50.8 completion percentage, for 355 yards with 3 touchdowns and 4 interceptions through the air, and 40 rushing attempts for 55 yards, 1.4 yards per carry, without finding the end zone on the ground. A lot of the pieces around him and the skill positions are returning, but 2 offensive linemen are new to the program as well. With Malik Willis getting selected in the 2022 NFL Draft, senior quarterback Charlie Brewer has been named the starter for the Liberty Flames after transferring from the Utah Utes. He finished going just 48 of 79, 60.8 completion percentage, for 474 yards with 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. With sophomore wide receiver CJ Daniels having no clear timetable to return, it will be interesting to see how the offense is going to be with a new man under center. Both teams have shown the ability to run the ball, and that keeps the clock ticking and less total plays called throughout the course of the game. Both defenses, as we highlighted earlier, should figure out how to do well in this game early in the season. This will be an interesting bet as this game opened 3 points higher than it currently is, so things are forcing the total to go even lower. The under is 4-1-1 in the last 6 Flames road games as well as in 7 of the last 10 Golden Eagles home games. Our total pick is 49.5 B points.